Okay. Dan who? Dan double U. Let's go. Ow, wow, listen right now. Everybody knows the man that says pow. Start the show, gonna talk some toys. This is for the grown-up girls and boys making noise. Let's start the show. Talking Marvel Legends and the money that we blow. Honestly, look, there ain't no stopping me. Turtles and Joes too, let's do this properly. Need to buy more toys, don't tell my bank. Wasn't me, promise it was Hellfire Hank. Whole Who crew, look, they made me do it. If it lands at my door, then I best review it. Screw it, I don't usually boast, but I got Rich M, he's here to host. Raise a toast and raise some ducks. This isn't your average show, we're deluxe. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews, as always. My name is Dan W, and welcome to episode 261, if I have got that correct, of the Dan Who weekly live show. Weekly being the key word as we recap the week that was in Marvel Legend news, and we are in our autumn season. So that means there are conventions popping up all over the place. And this very weekend is MCM Comic-Con in London. Now, we're very self-aware of the pecking order of Comic-Cons. It's probably not at the top. Luca Comic-Con's obviously at the top, and then it goes San Diego, then New York, and then small little MCM London Comic-Con is down at the bottom. But we are still hoping for a few reveals. So today, as a little warm-up, let's predict these reveals, as there are a few breadcrumbs out there of what we're going to see. But Rich, as you know, hates traveling, hates London, and hates PowerPoint presentation. So he's out. So he's on his annual leave. He did officially request it, and it did officially get accepted. So he'll be back next week. But until then, we've got the super sub. You all know him. It's Jay's Toy Collection UK. Jay, how you doing?
Hello, hello, hello. Your super substitute skeleton has actually turned up this week. I've been on a diet. I am literally skin and bones, and I think there is a rumour I actually glow in the dark.
I did ask Jay when he jumped onto the Zoom call. I was like, have you lost weight, mate? I was like, you need to eat a good meal. Like, Kiara not feeding you. But no, you're looking good, mate. You're looking good. It's very on theme for the autumn, October vibes.
Halloween has come early in this house. I've always, we're only a week away from Halloween. We've got MCM. I'm officially on annual leave as well, so I can join the stream. I don't think I'm back at work until November.
Oh,
so
wow.
The rest of Halloween and MCM is all toy goodness, hopefully to come.
Oh, very nice. I've literally just booked Friday and Monday off just so I can have a day to decompress. As much as I love going to these type of events, like, it is like very non-stop, isn't it, socially? So like I'm going to need a day on Monday just to decompress. But I am still very much looking forward to seeing everybody, including Craig. That's right, Craig. I'm looking forward to seeing you too. But I'm more looking forward to seeing what reveals are going to be in store. So that is what we are going to discuss today. But as always, I'm sure this isn't your first show. Hopefully it isn't your first show. We're going to go through some housekeeping first. But yes, MCM Comic-Con London is happening this very weekend. Apparently still tickets available if you want to go. Amanda was making me panic earlier. She said that there's train strikes on Sunday and it's being replaced with a railway service, and I was like, I said I'd rather stay in London for an extra day than get a fucking bus back. So
my travel sickness will not go well, but that rumor is true. So I think our one seems okay. Some other lines are affected. So I think we should be okay.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that, because I honestly, Jay, I would just book another hotel and stay there an extra day. Hate getting those bus replacement services. But there will be a full panel. There's going to be a Hasbro panel shared across all the brands. So at New York Comic-Con, they did two separate panels, one for Marvel and Star Wars, and one for the rest, like Joe's, Ghostbusters, etc. So the one at MCM will be for all of the brands. So I'm assuming it's Star Wars, Marvel, and at least G.I. Joe, Transformers. So there's 4. I don't know if they're going to add any additional onto that. Last time at New York they did Ghostbusters, didn't they? But I don't think they've really got anything new to show for Ghostbusters. And obviously
no, there's a push for Tron. We are definitely getting some Tron stuff as well. Right. But whether
the film sort of came and went, so they may start backing away from that one, because they haven't officially, like, even though they did officially show off the Tron figures at New York, they didn't really talk about the 6-inch ones, did they? So
no, Dwight Stall has literally just put a post out saying they're going to be officially revealed it MCM, I do believe.
So they are going to be mentioned.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
Yeah, so
Are you a Tron fan? Have you seen the films?
I tried to watch it last week because I knew this was coming. I've made the first 10 minutes, but I was so tired from work I then fell asleep. So I've still not watched the original film. So it's not going well, and there's a HasLab to look at. So at least I won't buy that for now.
Do you know what? I'll download it and we'll watch it on the train on the way. Because I've seen the first one when I was a kid, not seen Legacy, not seen Ares, and yeah, right now I've got no attachment to the property, so I don't really feel any particular way about these figures, and the HasLab doesn't all look that appealing either. But anyway, we're going to see it. We're going to see it. We're also going to see the Arctic Hiss. We've already seen that. That's on display right now. I've seen pictures of that. So yeah, there should still be some good stuff to see. To be fair, they do sprinkle in some stuff for us in the UK, which we always appreciate, as this is the one time they actually have a presence in the UK. So it's the closest we're going to get to any type of New York or San Diego feeling without getting on a plane and going across the Atlantic. So we'll take it. We had
the Sentinel last year, didn't we, in the cabinet? So I'm assuming Galactus is coming. Apocalypse is coming this year.
Yes, I would hope so. Because the pre-order campaign is still live, then there's no reason why he shouldn't bring it. I think he's already confirmed he's bringing it to Call as well. So yeah, I think it's coming. It's coming. It's all good. Right, and talking of that, let's I just want to do some quick plugs for the YouTube channel. Obviously I've got my Stranger Things review up, which by the way, Jay loves the review. He's commented on it multiple times, letting me know about Stranger Things Lego, and also he thinks the likeness of these are really good. He thinks it's bang on. He can tell who the actors are straight away.
Best thing I've ever seen.
I don't think they're as bad as they're not great, but they're not terrible. It's somewhere in between. I can find something to like about them, but I'm just a fan of Stranger Things, and if this is the only physical representation I have, like I take it for now because I'm on a hype.
They're cheaper than the Lego, put it that way. That's going to be £300 on the 1st of January, so I'm in trouble.
Yeah, so go check out my Stranger Things review on the channel. Again, that was just my curiosity, and I thought I may as well put a review together. But Doom, Emperor Doom, I believe that's the first review up. So go and check it out if you are curious of Emperor Doom. Now, I've not been reading the comics that he is associated with. It is One World Under Doom, which is the current ongoing series, which hasn't yet ended. So the conclusion of Doom's taking over the world's not quite there yet. However, it did debut in the Blood Hunt storyline, where Doctor Strange didn't die or anything like that. Doctor Strange give up the mantle of the Sorcerer Supreme to Doctor Doom to help him with this vampire apocalypse. So yeah, this look actually debuted in issue 5 of Blood Hunt, but it has then been the main Marvel overarching storyline for 2025. So yeah, again, like, you have to give them credit. I know not everyone's reading the current comics and they don't want Doctor Doom in Doctor Strange cosplay, but you have to appreciate the quick turnaround from the comic book page to plastic, and we're going to see a lot of Doom characters or Doom associated things within the next 2 years, because Doom and Robert Downey Jr. within pop culture zeitgeist is going to be on a lot of people, will get a lot of people's attention. So this is just the start of many more Dooms to come. And I like it for what it is, but if you have any of the previous Dooms, it is built on the exact same base body, so you know what to expect. But go and check out the review. I do always do full comparison with all the previous versions, so it's more than a review. It's a comparison based off any previous Marvel Legends. So yeah, Jay, any interest in Emperor Doom?
Yeah, Doom and Lizard are my favourite Marvel characters, so any or Dooms or Lizards will be purchased. So he is on the list for sure. So I'll be gladly checking that one out. Now I've got a bit of annual leave to catch up on some of these toy reviews. Yeah,
beautiful stuff. And also, I haven't got around to opening it yet, but Rich, using his magic, did manage to get me the Iceman as well. So this is the Secret Wars retro carded Iceman. Because MCM is this weekend, I wasn't in a rush to get it reviewed, so I'll probably review it next week, but that will give me time to pull out all the other Icemen from the display wherever they are. They're definitely around there somewhere. So yeah, I'll be doing a full review of Iceman next week as well, but I do really like the Secret Wars card, so I'm hoping to see another full wave in 2026, maybe something will be revealed at MCM. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, looking forward to seeing that Silver Surfer up close because I've put that Silver. I always get Silver. I'm doing you in Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool
and Daredevil. But,
yeah.
I can't do Silver Surfer and Iceman, but I pushed all the other Icemen to the back of the collection. So now I'm having a bit of a rejig. So there is a nice front row space for him. So hopefully he lives up to what I'm expecting.
Just looking in the packaging, he's completely pinless, and like the translucentness is like it's not too milky and it's not too blue either. Do you know what I mean? It is quite a nice, clear, translucent.
Yes.
I do think this is the best representation of Bobby Drake so far. And also, when have we ever got a snowball with a Marvel legend before?
It is stupid things like that I actually like within the line. So he is the Goldilocks of Icemen, is what you're telling me there. He is just right.
Yeah, he's just right. He's just right so far. So yeah. But you told me you've got a parcel, right? A Marvel Legends adjacent parcel, right?
I do. So this arrived this morning, but they've shifted around my office day. So I've been in the office all day. So this is what I like to call a soggy parcel, because this has been left outside by Amazon since 9 o'clock this morning, and it hasn't stopped raining. So it is literally soggy paper. So I can literally see what is inside this. So it should have arrived last night between 6 and 10. So this morning at 9 a.m. isn't quite on schedule. And look at this. Look at the state of this. Oh, it's got that lovely soggy smell you get from your damp parcels. Oh, it's goodness. Look at the state of this, everybody. So that's Amazon for you. You can have the first look.
Is that soggy?
Survived?
Is that a soggy Wolverine?
That is a soggy Wolverine. God, his claws are big. They're massive. Look at the size of those things. So yes, it does seem to have survived, and it's actually doesn't seem damp. So I think I have the Gamerverse 2-pack, because my pre-order isn't due till next week. So I looked on Amazon, and it was already in stock. So I just cancelled my Amazon pre-order and reordered it, which makes no sense, but here it is.
Stupid, isn't it? Absolutely stupid. Yeah. A few things. What arrived for me? These two arrived for me today, and I had them pre-ordered somewhere else as well. So I pre-ordered these in multiple places like an idiot. Cause I proper, do you know, they sold out initially, didn't they? So I proper panicked and started pre-ordering. So because these shipped, I cancelled my other pre-orders. I don't need two of them. So, but John Bernthald's going to be at MCM, so I know a few people want to keep hold of this to get a little signature on.
Yeah, there's quite a decent list of actual celebrities. The cast of The Boys is there. I know John Bernthald's there.
I've got all the Boys.
Cast are there.
I've got all the Boys Mafex figures unopened as well. I'm not really. What do you have any signed figures? I don't even know if that's something I want in my collection. Like I don't know.
You do. I have a signed Marvel Legend from Dwight Stahl. I have a signed Pandora from Bobby Valor, and the rest are signed comic books. So I've got a couple. I'm surprised I haven't got a Todd McFarlane signed figure yet. He does seem to like to sign a figure, but I haven't gone that far yet.
Interesting. It's nice to have that option, and I know in the wrestling community it's such a big deal to get a signature on a wrestling figure. I think when it's an MCU figure that's representing an actual actor and it has the actor's likeness, then I think that's fair game. But I guess you could get John Bernthald to just sign a regular Punisher figure, because he represents that character in live action, I guess, but each to their own. Again, just another element of the hobby, I suppose. No harm in that.
Yeah, £80 ready. I think he's £80.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. The thing is, right, I don't, no shade on anyone who pays for signatures of their favourite actors and stuff like that. Absolutely zero shade. But I just think, like, when you, like, I don't really want to pay to take a photo with somebody. Do you know, like, I'd rather, I don't know, randomly bump into them somewhere and take a picture, and then that be a story to tell, rather than just be in a queue with 100 other people. And do you know what I mean? I don't know. I've never paid to get a picture of a celebrity, but I don't know. Have you?
No, I've never paid. I nearly had to pay. I've got a signed Diamond Dallas Page wrestling VHS. So I was doing a bit of DDP yoga. You can tell from my skeleton body. I was doing that live with him. And he was doing some signings after, and he was doing them all for free. And then his wife came along and said, "You're supposed to be charging for those." So everybody behind the queue was £40 for a signature.
Oh, wow.
But he just signed mine. He just signed mine anyway. So I was like, "Thank you very much."
No, fair play. I get. It would be nice collector's pieces, I assume, and I'm sure. I know a lot of people do the wrestling ones. So yeah, it's nice to have that option anyway. So yeah, it's nice to see some actors actually know who they are going to MCM. Usually it's like people have no idea who they are and shows I've never seen. So yeah, at least I know a couple. Right, what did I want to do? Oh, I forgot to do the housekeeping. Let me go back to that. Right. Friday, she's awake. Well, I think she's awake. Maybe somebody can test her out for me. I appreciate that. And I will still be doing a bonus show today. Jay may not be around for that. He's still got to pack his bags. He's got to come to mine early in the morning. And we've got to get a train. But I'll still do the after show if anyone's around. So you know what to do. Hit that join button, support the channel. And if we get 5 super chats on today's show, the bonus show will be left public. But if we don't, not a problem. The bonus show will happen anyway for the Who Crew Deluxe tier. And of course, we'll be discussing what we think may get revealed at MCM Comic-Con. And talking about that, I have put a poll up in the chat that sort of asks the question that we were asking on Legend of the Liquor. How many reveals will we get at MCM Comic-Con London? And when I say that, I mean in terms of Marvel Legends, of course. Now, I don't think we're going to get as many as some people hope. Dan Yoon did do a settings of expectations tweet that I should have really got up. So let me get that, Jay, well, you can tell me, where would you vote on this poll here?
I went the whole hog. I went for the full
nice.
4. I was thinking, but I'm thinking we might even get more than that. I think I could be in a 5 category if there happened to have been one there. So I think we might be pushing it. As we've said, there's no PulseCon this year. There's no 2027 because they're hoofing off to Boston, I think, aren't they? So
yeah,
I think we might get a little bit more, unless Luca, as we've said before, is the main event of the Comic-Con season, and our Italian friends will be getting it all.
I didn't mention, but that's where Rich's took his annual leave, by the way. He's off to Italy to go and eat some pasta and go to Luca Comic-Con. So maybe when Rich comes back, he'll have some more intel from Luca Comic-Con. At least that's what he told me, and I'm sure Rich would never lie to me. Adam says, I have a signed Dan Who Blue Beast. That's true. I have signed the Dan Who Blue Beast. The first time I met Adam, to be fair, I did promise I'd devalue his figure if he wanted me to. And I also signed a couple of Hellfire Hanks at the last MCM. I think Z-Man's got one, maybe Craig's got one. I will devalue your products for free, by the way.
Toys to Work donated
Thank you, Michael.
$5. Let's get this party started. 1 down, 4 to go.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Michael. He sent us first super chat, and it also kicked off another one with Suck Dog Official. Where the Marvel Legend reveals last year? Yes, they were. We will discuss in a second.
And Suck Dog Official donated $5.
Thank you.
With their ML reveals at last year's MCM.
Thank you very much, Suck Dog Official. Yes, there were. Annoyingly, at MCM Comic-Con London, by the way, in the UK, in England. What did they reveal, Jay? What did they reveal in London, England last year?
Well, they decided they couldn't give us a full panel, so we had you at the booth and we had me filming it, was effectively what we had, and we had a selection of Captain America, The Brave New World, the most British of all MCU movies. So we had 3 reveals, including the Red Hulk that really looked spot on. Couldn't tell the difference between him and Harrison Ford.
Yeah, the likeness on that Red Hulk is just as good as the likeness on those Stranger Things figures I've just reviewed. So yeah, last year there were 3 Marvel Legend reveals, and it was the Deluxe Falcon, the Deluxe Captain America, and the Deluxe Red Hulk for for Captain America: Brave New World. So this year there is no MCU movie in sight. The next movie associated with the MCU will be Spider-Man, but that's way in July of next year. And then the only MCU movie to date officially is Doomsday, right? Because everybody's too busy filming Doomsday. There's literally no other MCU films next year. So it's Spider-Man and Doomsday, which are too far away. So we're not going to see anything from them. So, and Dan Yoon has already confirmed it'll be comic anyway. So we'll go to Dan Yoon's post in a minute. But I just want to say thank you very much to Gary A, who was giving it a little test for me, which I appreciate. Thank you very much, Gary, and Suck Dog Official. I appreciate the super chats. Justin's like, damn, that's bad luck, Adam. Yeah, I told you, I will devalue your figure absolutely free. Not a problem. I will not charge you to do that.
Rich is also timed out compulsive collector there for 1.8 thousand seconds for mentioning a certain X-Men character that might be in some form of 2-pack that we shall not mention.
So I can. The thing is, I can stream I can reappear his deleted things. This week's topic should have been about how great Kitty Pryde is. Rich, on annual leave. Relax. Go and relax, my friend. Here's Quinn Comics. Thank you very much,
Quinn Comics Shop donated $5. Greetings from your friendly neighborhood comic shop.
Greetings to you as well. Thank you so much. And remember, if this is on live in the comic shop right now in Texas, hope you're doing well. And remember to use the code DANWHO at discount at the checkout. to save 0%. All right, you are welcome. You are welcome. That's from me to you. Let's go to Dan Yu's tweet, shall we? Because this will kick us off for today. Right. So Dan Yu, I always appreciate his settings of expectations tweets. All right. So he says, Dwight will be repping Marvel Legends at London MCM and Luca. Typically, we keep these more light on reveals. There will be a comic reveals. So I'm confused there because he says a comic, but then says reveals. So confused there. And then he says maybe a Gamerverse. Reminder, we still have one more fan stream at the end of the year. So yes, they're going to finish the year with a December Marvel live stream. They always do. They do their rankings and they also reveal usually what the spring program is for the following year. Is usually what they do. But it may be another wave. Who knows? Would it be another Build-A-Figure wave so soon after Executioner? Maybe. Maybe that's where they're going to reveal the rest of Spider-Man.
Why is he trying to confuse us with grammar? As you say, a comic reveal. So that's
why I'm
shocking grammar there, Dan. Shocking.
Yeah, so I'm little, like Dan always says that we overthink his posts anyway, right? But that's the fun of this. We can have we create conversation about the hobby with these little nuggets and breadcrumbs they give us. But it is confusing where he says there'd be lighter on reveals, which is what we expect. I understand that in the pecking order of conventions, London MCM is not in that top tier echelon. But it is St. James.
At Saint Seconds donated $10.
Saint
Why
Sins.
are we sending this guy money? He already gets free figures from Hasbro.
Don't start those rumours, bloody hell. Do not start those rumours. I get my figures free from Rich M. That's what I do. I get my figures free from Rich M, review them, and then ship them back. That's what I do. James is definitely...
I get mine wet from Amazon.
Yeah, at least mine arrived dry, to be fair. Mine arrived dry. Thank you very much, St. James. You have also contributed to today's... we only need one more, and the after show will be public anyway, so there you go. Right, thank you very much. St. James has definitely changed his Instagram handle. It used to just be Sins, didn't it? And now it's Saint Sins. And he's even got a logo now and everything. He's upgraded.
I'm trying to look. It does look like he's got a logo. And there's the super chat goal reached.
There you go. Beautiful stuff. Let's see what Friday says. If Friday's going to read it. Is she going to read it? What are you being lazy for, Friday? I'll read it instead. Any thought on the Rocket Racer being that yellow Rockets tease? I could see him being...
Dynamic William
there you go. Finally, Friday.
Donated $5. Any thoughts on Rocket Racer being that yellow Rockets tease? I could see him being a retro card figure.
We will discuss. We will come back to those teases briefly. Quinn Comics again. You didn't have to do that, Quinn Comics. You didn't have to do that.
Quinn Comics Shop donated $5. 13 days of Halloween sale going on right now. 20% off the entire store, Dan.
Oh, that's actually really good. I wish I was close to Quinn Comics because I would travel there and take advantage of that 20% off. So if you're in Texas, I know Texas is a very big place, but I think he's in southern Texas, I think. Go to Quinn Comics' Instagram page anyway, and you'll find out everything. He's got lots of new stock in. I've seen his pictures showing off. And don't forget that Dan Who discount code as well. So yeah, back to Dynamic William? It's not Williams, not a family relative. We'll come back to that as well with the yellow Rockets. I do want to ask Jay about them because I know he has one thing he wants trying to will into existence at least. But yeah, back to Dan Yoon's thing. So yeah, a comic reveals. So I do think there's going to be more than one. I don't think he means one solitary comic reveal. I do think there will be reveals and then maybe a Gamerverse. So I'm thinking maybe the Gamerverse will be at Luca and the comics, because he talks about London Comic-Con and Luca in the same post.
Oh, he says and Luca, doesn't he? Yeah, so, okay.
So does that mean... That's what I mean. So if there's no Gamerverse at MCM, we know it's going to be at Luca. So...
Luca's traditionally just one reveal, isn't it? Because we had Fabian Cortez, and then the year before we had Lalandra on the Nokia. Yeah. So... Yeah, that probably is, because I thought they'd already said we're going to get the rest of the Spider-Man retro wave, because the pre-order goes up before Luca. I thought was what they previously told us, so I was expecting the other 4 figures from that, and I misread that, so I thought we were going to get that plus a Gamerverse. But I think the Gamerverse is for Luca, so I think your poll now is more on it, and we will probably get the whole of the Spider-Man wave, because again, we've had previous on that. We had Hallows Eve and things 2 years ago, which were from the Spider-Man retro wave, and they completed it at 1027. So if we go by past history, I think that is probably what we're going to get.
Yeah, shout out Michael who's put this list together of the pre-order dates, right? So on the 29th of October, the Spider-Man retro wave will go up for pre-order. So the 29th is literally a less than a week away, next Wednesday. So it means before that date, those figures need to be revealed. And the only thing happening in between those dates is MCM Comic-Con. So I do think it will be the rest of the Spider-Man wave revealed, which would mean 4. But I don't think we'll get more than 4. Ray T says, I need a Kitty Pryde Colossus 2-pack. I think they might save that until December. I think that may be the December fan stream. I don't see a 2-pack being revealed at Luca. I could be wrong, but I so far, just based off previous things, it's just been one figure, and it's usually not even, just think, when they showed off Lilandra, it was just a picture of Lilandra, and she ended up being in a 2-pack with Wolverine. So they didn't even reveal the full 2-pack. It was Brood Wolverine, wasn't it, Lilandra? Yeah. And then Fabian Cortez was in a Build-A-Figure wave, but at the time, the Build-A-Figure wasn't revealed. So they just showed the figure. So I do think Luca Comic-Con may just be a digital render. So, and I doubt they're ever going to show a digital render of just Kitty or just Colossus, because it's too obvious what it's associated with. So I reckon they may just reveal that 2-pack in full in December. But yeah, let's go back to that Spider-Man wave, because I do, as I said, I do think based on these pre-order dates, that's what we're going to see. So I did put this graphic together because we sort of know what it is, basically. So based on the leak lists, we sort of know what it is. So ignore the big question mark, because that is the big question mark we don't know anything about. What's Justin doing? I'm glad to know his internet's working again, though, to be fair. Shout out Justin, who's using his internet, or maybe he's on his minutes. He says, did Rich borrow Dan's Nokia 2 to take to local? Yeah, I made sure Rich has his Nokia 3210 ready to go. I don't know if the Nokia 3210 was called a Nokia 3210 in America, but just trust us when we say Nokia 3210 was the phone of our upbringing. It was a brick.
A bit of Snake on that.
Yeah, Snake's all you need. Snake would keep you entertained for days. No TikToks. No TikToks, just Snake on a phone. I remember when you got Snake 2. When they brought Snake 2 out, that was wow, my head was blown. Snake 2?
Absolutely mind blown. I know you've got a load of younger channel members now, sort of 18, 20-year-olds that come into the hobby, and we're talking about Snake. They're like, if they saw that, they'd be like, what are you talking about?
So Rich is on annual leave. He told me he's going Luca Comic-Con, so we'll find out next week when Rich is back where he actually is. He might be in Italy next week, who knows? But back to this Spider-Man list. So basically the leak list was revealed by David Displays. So David Displays has obviously got his little contact in somewhere, but to be fair to him, they have been bang on. Like you can't fault it, they've been bang on. So the original leak list was this, where it had Spider-Man 99 and what's the other one? I forgot his name while I'm live on YouTube.
The Nightcrawler
his Uncanny, his Uncanny, and then the other one is a Spider-Man Venom variant. So those were the ones that were very vague. But now we've had 2 of them officially revealed to us, which is going to help clear up, I think, what is left for this wave. So, Cardiac, Spider-Man 2099 have officially been revealed on the Toy Biz Tribute Retro packaging, which were on the original leak list. So there's no reason not to believe the rest on here. So we've got the Uncanny Spider-Man, which is a Nightcrawler and Spider-Man hybrid, which Rich told me at the end of the Krakoa era, the Stark Sentinels are hunting down mutants. So Nightcrawler hides in plain sight as Spider-Man. Now, clearly they didn't notice Spider-Man had a tail, or they just chose to ignore it. But so Nightcrawler was masquerading as Spider-Man. I actually do think it's a cool concept that would make a really nice action figure. So, and the source material intrigues me. I always say I never get put off by an action figure if I'm not familiar with the source material. If anything, it just encourages me to do the research and backtrack and read about it, and learn about it. So learn by the medium of action figures, as I always say. I say that just as much
I've
as I
learned
do.
a lot of action figures and a lot of programs are linked together. I'm a victim of that very thing.
Yeah, so yeah, not mad at that one. And then underneath we've got the two retro villains as such. We've got the Owl, who is a mobster, basically, who tried to give himself powers but ended up making himself look like Wolverine, essentially. He doesn't. He sort of
He's a
does.
Daredevil villain, if my memory serves me.
He's in Daredevil. He's in the Spider-Man animated show, but like he was never.
You did say that. Didn't you?
Yeah. So Kingpin speaks to Owl like, on a couple of episodes. Now the Owl was never a big. They never had a full episode about the Owl, but the Owl is 100% in the Spider-Man animated show. So if he's on a retro packaging, it would be a deep cut. But he was in the animated show. He was another one of those villains like Tombstone, like Hammerhead. So he's another mobster. He's another mobster.
A little Google there. I remember that now. Yeah, okay. Oh, there we go. I'd forgotten.
Have you got a
He's
picture
around
of
the tables. He was Silver
Yeah,
Mane.
yeah. He's on monitors as well. Kingpin speaks to him on monitors and stuff, and he has the same style hair. So again, there was never much attention on the Owl, but the Owl is definitely mentioned and was on the animated show. So yeah, another mobster. That's all you need to know. Another mobster. And then Hypno Hustler is, again, even more of a deep cut. Was never on the animated show as such, but he is a character who plays his music to hypnotize the crowd, and then while the crowd are hypnotized, he robs them, essentially. I can't remember what his band's name is. His band does have a name, and I know Danny Glover, or Donald Glover. Danny Glover's from Lethal Weapon, right? Yeah, he's too old for this shit. He's too old for this shit.
Predator 2.
Yeah, he's too old for this shit. So yeah, Donald Glover pitched to Sony a Hypno Hustler movie before he was the Prowler, essentially. So yeah, he's another deep cut. But again, I don't mind these villains, these obscure characters.
I like the crazy deep classic cuts. The modern Nightcrawler, no, that's probably not going to do an awful lot for me. But the classic ones, I'm definitely in on. Yeah,
St. James, look who's been a channel member for 2 years. Thank you so much, St. James. Yeah, 24 months, crazy. Time flies. Time absolutely flies. But yeah, I'm loving the St. James has now got another name, St. James 666. He just keeps changing his name on us. What's going on? Michael says pictures are now surfacing of the Hasbro setups at MCM. Yeah, if anyone's got any of the Marvel ones, please send them my way and I will show them off. But we will be there tomorrow. So yeah, the new reveals won't be on show until Saturday, obviously. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they bring. Did they bring the Inhumans? Like, should I take Lockjaw, Crystal, and Karnak to take a picture of the full Inhumans crew? Like, I don't want to drag down my Marvel Legends if I ain't going to be able to do that, if you know what I mean. So that'd be the clever way to display them as well. Like, they're still available on Pulse, like, well, maybe Karnak, isn't it?
Yeah,
but still.
I've lighted on those as well. I wasn't too into those when they first saw them, but I've made a space for them now on the Fantastic Four shelf. So
it's a complete. It's a family. It's not even a team. It's a family. Vin Diesel is definitely buying that family for his display. That is for sure. Yeah, Michael's 52 months. Yeah, honestly, I appreciate all your support. You know I do. You know I do. Thank you so much. Monsters Go Home says, Owl has made a lot of appearances across many Spidey titles. Amazing, spectacular, team up, astonishing. And like as Jay said as well, I do think he's been in Daredevil as well. Adam says, Dan, how betrayed would you be if you found out that David's source was Brandon? No, to be fair, I don't ask Brandon for reveals because if I knew everything, it wouldn't be fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be able to have these conversations with you now. Like, I like to be part of these conversations. This is part of the hobby for me, to like speculate and learn about new characters and just chat about it. Where if I just knew everything, this would be a completely different video. Do you know? So I don't mind.
I've got the source right here, though, because if you remember, a lot of these came from a very spicy-looking Psyduck. So Psyduck is here, giving me all the inside
What's he saying? What's he saying?
What that mystery... He's telling me you've got that spot on, and that mystery Venom is the gold version there that you've got there, because I wouldn't mind buying that, actually. So that's what he's told me.
So, yeah, the question mark. So on the leak list, all the others are named Uncanny Spider-Man, Spider-Man 99, Cardiac, Hypno Hustler, Owl. The last one is Spider-Man/Venom, which, let's be honest, could mean a million things. Like on my last image, I put up, I think, something from the Venom Wars, just something random. I don't think it was that. I just put something random up. But I did sort of hone in on the Venom, the gold outfit Venom. Now, this is a very recent story, and it would be an easy repaint for them. Like, and as much as you may love or hate repaints, whatever you feel, you knew it would be an accurate repaint as well, essentially. And this is another design that debuted in the comics very recently, and we now have in Marvel Legend form already. Last year they revealed, or 2 years ago they revealed Hallows Eve at MCM, which was another modern character from the story that would turn into a Marvel Legend. So the quick turnaround isn't something they shy away from. You know, Jesse Falcon.
It was about a year on Hallows Eve, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we've had that Iron Man in the current build figure wave.
Yes, the Iron Man in the Build-A-Figure wave is what he was wearing
152
during this story.
$5. For the love of God, give me my retro card, 6 Forgotten Warriors.
Did I just drop something? I heard a bang.
100%.
Yes, Forgotten Warriors from the animated series. Oh, yes, please.
Yeah,
yes, please. That's a deep cut. That's the type of thing they'd have to do as a multi-pack. Because
I mean, the Whizzer and the Thundra, aren't they? And they had some funny names to remember.
Yeah, no, I do like the Forgotten Warriors. It's a great shout. That's a great shout. So I put the picture of Venom there, which is the Venom from the new story, where I won't reveal Venom's identity, but they kept it a mystery for a little bit, and there was a few candidates leaked. They wanted you to think it was, and then they twisted it on you at the end anyway. Do you know who that Venom is?
I do. I was trying not to say it. I nearly let it out earlier. I thought, no, I better not actually say who that is. So I just said the Venom on screen.
Yeah. So I, to be honest, if I genuinely had to put money on what that extra figure was, I'm not confident it's that Venom. I do think that would be a good idea, but I'm not confident it is. But I can't think of what else it would be. It probably could just be another symbiote Spider-Man with like I don't know.
We've not had an anti-Venom in a while, an actual anti-Venom. Maybe had Agent anti-Venom. That's another easy enough repaint they could do.
A lot of the other Venom symbiotes, like Toxin and stuff like that, their bodies are too big for the retro card. So it has to be an accommodating Marvel Legend book that would fit in the retro card scale, unless they do it like She-Hulk, where their feet are dangling out the bottom.
We are due an oversized retro card at some point. Dwight is going to be getting it full barrel from me about Man Spider this weekend. I will not let you down, people. It will be in his ear for 2 days to give me a Man Spider.
So are there any guesses in the chat before we move on from Spider-Man? So if I was placing bets, my money would be on the rest of this wave getting revealed. It matches up with the leaked pre-order date. Well, they're not even leaked pre-order dates. These are the pre-order dates. So I do think we will see the rest of them. That Spider-Man Venom is the only question mark. Does anybody have any genuine guesses of what the Spider-Man Venom figure will end up being? And I will give you credit. I will give you full credibility on the next stream. I'll be like, that person got it right. So now's your opportunity to get some guesses in. I would like it to... I guess the only thing I can think of is that Venom in recent time. But again, it could be anything. It could be anything. Maybe a weaponized Eddie Brock. Maybe.
I'd take a civilian Eddie Brock.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be a...
Yeah, I'll take a civilian Eddie Brock. I still really, really want regular animated series Peter Parker with the t-shirt you've got, the striped shirt on this retro card. I don't think this retro card line can end without getting an animated Peter Parker on this card. Like, the 2-pack with Strife goes for a pretty penny on the aftermarket now, which I knew it would, because that's a lot of people's Peter Parker, including mine. So he wore 2 outfits, one with the salmon shirt, and the other one was the striped with the green and white. So Legends at some point have to give us that, and it has to be on a retro card. Has to be.
They have to. It's going to be an embarrassment to Legends if Mondo beats them to it. Yeah. Because I'm sure they're going to do it at some point. So that again, that would be up there for me. I know it's the most, to a lot of probably the most dull figure we could ask for. Peter Parker in a t-shirt. But if you grew up in the 90s, which means you're now probably in the mid-30s at least, then you're definitely going to have some feelings towards that Peter Parker. Like, it was.
We're action figure
every
fans.
Saturday morning, that was just like in my head.
Yeah,
so.
Look, we're action figure fans, of course we are. But it's the amalgamation of these brands and franchises with our love of action figures combined. So like sometimes we don't need a highly articulated, super amazing action figure with all the bells and whistles. We just want that physical representation of our mind's eye. So yeah, I do want that. However, unfortunately, I don't think that would be on the leak list as Spider-Man/Venom. So I don't think it's that. But I'm just like you, putting it into the universe. Man Spider is another great shout. Doppelganger is another guess. We have got a doppelganger actually. But it is another 6-armed Spider-Man, and we did just get that.
It's just got the mold. Yeah.
We just got that symbiote version in the Executioner wave. So would it be too soon to reveal another 6-arm? I'd take a regular 6-arm Spider-Man if they do it better, but on the retro card, because we haven't had it on the retro card. We've had it on a Build-A-Figure wave.
We've had it twice now, haven't we?
And in the 2-pack with Morbius. Yeah.
Money in the bank.
Kitty. Kitty's here.
Kitty donated $5.
Thank you.
Don't blame me for being so undeniably superior to Jubilee. It just comes naturally. Haters gonna hate though.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that, Rich. I'm so sorry. But Kitty donated to the channel. Don't blame me for being so undeniably superior to Jubilee. It just comes naturally. Haters gonna hate though. He will continue to hate. Don't you worry.
The Kitty lovers are in tonight. They're taking advantage of Rich annual leave, and they're getting as many wrenches to it as you.
I do want Rich to come back.
To one show.
I do want him to come back. People, don't scare him away. All right. It could be a red herring and be Spider Carnage. Blue-red Spider-Man costume with the symbiote starting to cover it. That'd be interesting.
We do need a new Spider Carnage though, because that's an old skinny figure that's at the back of the display somewhere. Actually, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Could somebody on a leak list accidentally construe that as Spider-Man/Venom?
Yeah, because if you're translating, I'm assuming this is getting translated from Mandarin or something. So that could probably,
No, you're right.
Good
you're right.
shout there.
Someone
Good
could look.
shout,
Someone could look at the Spider Carnage and be like, "Oh, that's the Spider-Man Venom." Do you know? They may not be familiar with the character. So yeah, your boy's got toys. Hopes it's a Jokerized Hobgoblin. If you know, you know. Voice actors and all. But I don't want no Jokerized Marvel Legends. Keep that to the McFarlane lane.
I wouldn't want them there either.
Yeah, to be fair, you don't want them. Yeah, don't worry, you got another year. You got another year of them first. Okay, yeah, no one's really come up with anything that we haven't really discussed anyway. So there you go. So that's what I think is going to be revealed. But that's 4, right? And it's only Spider-Man. So I think that's what we're going to get revealed. But if there is going to be an additional reveal, Dan Yoon did say Gamerverse. What could be the Gamerverse reveal?
I was wondering where you're going to go, because I can't recall anything Gamerverse on the.
What did you see? Did you see what I put on the thumbnail of this tease?
I did see what you put on the thumbnail.
Yeah,
there was a. So potentially, I think actually that's not a bad idea, but it would be.
Was on the
rumor was retro card though, but it was an Onslaught. I want the other version of Onslaught, not that version, but that is on. I thought he was both versions in the game, actually, wasn't he? So, but then
he appears in 2 games.
Card,
I think he appears in 2 games. Again, I'm not a massive gamer, so like I'm not going to pretend to know everything about the games. But I think he was in the Capcom roster, and he might have also appeared in another game. I'm sure somebody will be telling me in the comments right now. But yeah, there was an Onslaught leaked on the leak lists, and their Onslaught was a character in the game. So maybe that leak is actually an Onslaught Gamerverse figure, because it could still be a redo of what we've got, just with the different colorways to be with a different stylized head or something like that. Let me get the. I'm trying to think if I got a Capcom roster.
Yeah, we got an image up of the Gamerverse Onslaught, because it. From memory, the standard version looks like the version we've already got anyway, so it could just be a bit of a repaint. As I say, the rumor was I thought retro car for that oversized retro car, but of course they may have got that. They may have got that incorrect.
This is Marvel vs. Capcom.
He wasn't playable though, was he? He was a boss.
He's not playable here. These are the playable characters. So he's not here. But he's definitely in a game of some sort. Tac Tac's going to bed. Night, Tac Tac. Sleep well.
He's only round the corner. He's off to bed. We've not even packed for the side of the country.
He needs his beauty sleep, Night, Tac Tac. He needs his beauty sleep. There was a leaked Lizard Deluxe. Maybe it's Game Lizard. Oh, do you know what? Gamerverse. So we're thinking Capcom because we've recently got those Gamerverse 2-packs. But what other Gamerverse line did they go heavy on early in the year?
Now the Spider-Man PS5.
And what was the character that everyone was mad that they didn't do from Spider-Man 2?
You don't know because I've not played it.
Kraven.
They didn't do Doc Ock for the first one.
Yeah, no, Kraven.
Kraven. Okay.
Kraven was apparently a big deal of the second game. Again, I've played the first Spider-Man game. I've never played the second one. But apparently Kraven was a big deal. So maybe...
Yeah, I've played the first one. I just about beat Kingpin, and if you played the game, you know he's at the bloody start.
Yeah, he's the start,
so that's how far I got. So I just about beat Kingpin. So yeah, no, I have seen it because I have watched some of the cutscenes as a movie on YouTube. So yeah, Kraven is actually all over that game, isn't he? So a much buffer version of Kraven. Yeah. So
Marvel Snap says the infamous. Look, I think Marvel Snap is a creative way to get through licensing because no one sat around going, oh, I really want the Marvel Snap versions of action figures. I think with some particular character designs, it's easier to get them approved by licensing if they can be attached to a game rather than some comic or something. I don't know. Again, I don't know the logistics behind the scene, but I do think the reason that the San Diego Comic-Con 3-pack was branded as Marvel Snap was because that was the way to get those characters out there. Don't ask me why or how, but I think that's why. So I don't think Marvel Snap is something they're consistently going back to, but maybe because every character appears in Marvel Snap. Uncle Ben is in Marvel Snap. Do you know what I mean? Like, are we gonna get a Marvel Legends Uncle Ben? Gamerverse Marvel Legends Snap version of Uncle Ben? Like, I don't.
Wow.
I don't.
We've had Contest of Champions figures before. It was a mobile game, wasn't it? I think so. They've done all sorts of things under the Gamerverse. So probably a bit like the Magic the Gathering again, another licensing crossover just to get certain figures out there. So they do like to do that. I say Gamerverse isn't my most excited bit of the Marvel Legends, apart from the Capcom stuff. I've been quite impressed with the Capcom kind.
The pie of Marvel Legends, if you will, all right? I know this is a stupid analogy, but bear with me here, right? So Marvel Legends is a pie, and then it's cut into slices. You've got the comic, you've got the MCU, you've got the animated, and you've got Gamerverse. So in that sort of pile of 4 categories, for me, Gamerverse is at the bottom of the categories. I think I'm more interested in the other 3. Because, again, like yourself, I didn't really play too much growing up in the games. However, some of the Gamerverse figures we've gotten this year can absolutely double up and be used in the comic display. There's no reason why they can't. They're taken directly from the comic book designs. The Gamerverse is just, again, another licensing way to get these characters out there, repackage them. It's all marketing. Do you know what I mean? It's all marketing magic type thing. So, but if we were guessing, Jay, right, Gamerverse. So whatever this Gamerverse reveal is, what Gamerverse universe is it coming from? Is it Capcom again, or don't say Capcom? You know, because we can't officially say Capcom. Is it from that world? Is it from Spider-Man? Is it from Snap? Or is it from something else like that? That Sentinel 2-pack we got last year was from a different X-Men game.
Let's go out there. Let's go early. Let's go. It's probably too early, as you said before. But let's go Marvel Rivals. Let's have a Marvel Rivals reveal. We've had them in other mediums. That does seem to be the most popular game at the moment when it comes to Marvel. So let's say they've got let's go for a Venom. Let's have a Rivals Venom. That's why I'm going out on a limb guess. It's probably far too early, but I'd say other brands are starting to come out with stuff from that game. So maybe they have surprised us and they've been something on the back burner in the works all along.
The way Jesse Falcon speaks about Rivals, whenever people ask him, because they have asked him at San Diego, he seems honest when he's saying we didn't realise how popular it would be, maybe it's something we can work on. That's why I just don't think we're getting Marvel Legend Rivals soon. I could be wrong, but I don't feel confident enough to make a bet where I eat my hat if we get no Marvel Rivals or whatever like that. But you know what I mean? But I don't know, I just don't see it happening just yet. I do think this Gamerverse reveal is probably more likely like a Player 2 version of a character.
I'm going for a repaint Player 2 of something from the Capcom.
Maybe.
More likely than the Rivals guess, for sure, because they, as you said, they enjoy a quick repaint, but it's very quick for a repaint if we were to do that. I suppose there's a counter argument to that point, because we've literally only just had them But I
Colossus.
would take a purple Shumagorath.
Yeah, to be fair, that probably will happen because what else are they going to use Shumagorath for again? So that repaint is probably coming. But looking at that list, we've sort of got everybody. Like, again, people want a new Colossus, but it's going to be the Astonishing X-Men version with Kitty Pryde in a 2-pack. Could it be a Sentinel? There was a Sentinel pack on those leak lists. There was a Sentinel pack on that leak list, or it was Sentinel to some degree. But could that have been the
That would be
X-Men?
the one people want, surely. That is the most unique design to the game, is that Sentinel design. So,
but that Sentinel on the leak list could have ended up being the X-Men 97 Sentinel that went up for pre-order. Do you know? Like, oh no, it couldn't have been because that was last year. So maybe it is this year.
Because the Sentinel should have already been delivered to us. So I wouldn't have two at the same time, but that should have already been delivered by now.
Yeah.
So if it was scheduled for a new one, maybe it's going to be a brand new sculpt though. So that's going to. I don't think you can get much of a reuse to actually make that thing because it is such a unique
What's that,
design when
that
it comes
new
to the
game?
Capcom game.
Off the shelf is saying Marvel Gamerverse Annihilus, which is, I know that's it's on that game, but what's that bloody game called? Conquest or something?
It's it is Conquest, isn't it?
Was
a
Marvel
It's like
Cosmic
it's like the classic
Invasion.
looking
Cosmic Invasion.
side scroller, isn't it? It's
Cosmic
like a
Invasion. I found it.
classic Streets of Rage sort of side scroller, but with Marvel characters. It does look. There seems a lot of brands are doing that. There seems to be a He-Man one coming out. There's a GI Joe one coming out.
They're cheaper to make. Yeah, they're cheaper to make. Clearly. Yeah, there you go. Do you know what? Right. I don't care if that's how they have to get Annihilus out there by branding it Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I'd take it. We need Annihilus. Annihilus is a cosmic villain. He can go with your Avengers. He can go with your Fantastic Four. The old Builder figures a little bit loose. I think you had it at Toy Fair.
I was trying to flog it to you at Toy Fair, but no takers for a very loose, old, faded Annihilus build figure.
Jay was trying to sell me all of the Builder figure characters that I need. Like, I need Mole Man, I need Annihilus, but I've always said, like, if I feel we're closer to a new version than we are to the original release, I'll wait it. I'll hold out. And Annihilus and Mole Man are two characters I think have to be, like, with the villains they're going through, they've got to come back around sooner or later. I'd take Annihilus, even if it is in this style. It's close. It's more stylized.
It's like a comic book Annihilus to me.
It's a little bit more stylized, I guess, but it will work. Yeah, I'd take that. I'd take it. Again, I don't know if it is. I don't know. I just think, well, we put this stuff into the universe. It's fun to talk about, but the reality is, it'll just be a repainted Player 2 version of something, in its most simplest form, and we just overthink and wish and hope.
Well, if it is going to be another reveal at Luca, the Luca one is Gamerverse.
Yeah.
I don't think they would just do a repaint as the track record shows a new figure. That's a bit of a disappointment. If you've got one reveal at your Comic-Con, you go,
and it's a fucking repaint.
Here's Wolverine in the brown suit there.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. We know they're going to use that body again, though. That they retooled that Wolverine body. People criticise it's too big, but it is what it is. It's made now. They're going to use it again. So, didn't we already get that with the giant bazooka? What's Tanner referring to?
The Marvel vs. Capcom Iron Man. So we had it on the retro card, didn't we? It's the animated series one, and it had the head for the Gamerverse version as well, kind of in there.
Yeah, he says it's the animated. Yeah, it's animated Iron Man from the animated show. He did appear in the Spider-Man show, and he cameoed in X-Men '97 as well. If you remember, he did appear. So yeah, interesting. So, comic. Is there anything else? I think after those. Now the that rumored Builder figure wave was revealed. The Executioner, the Inhumans 2-packs were revealed. There's not a lot left, apart from the rest of the Spider-Man wave, and the Kitty Pryde and Colossus 2-pack, which could end up being a 2026 thing anyway. Do you know, like?
Yeah, because we talked about the Inhumans 2-pack for like 6 months until we eventually got those off the list. So we are almost pretty much done, aren't we, with what's on that? I know, apart from Christmas Spider-Man as well, but
it's too late now.
Probably is next year, isn't it? That's a look, because I know we did some later videos for stuff that that's going to be coming out next year, so that must be a 2026 reveal at this point.
Yeah, like I think Dan said during that little video they filmed for the reveals at New York, I think he said that the Spider-Man reveals were the first of 2026. So I think that this Spider-Man wave will be the first wave of 2026, because that has been a common thing where the Spider-Man retro card is the first wave of 2020 of the following year, and we end up getting it in December time. I think I've been lucky enough to get them in December for reviews and stuff, but they're technically first of the first for the following year. So it has to be.
Yeah, because Rich always debates with you whether they should be on this year's top 10 or the years after.
Yes.
Because of the
I like to play set. Like if I get a figure early, I think that doesn't it shouldn't be allowed. Some people play that conversation is a whole nother thing. But yes, if some people think if they get, doesn't matter how or why they get that figure, if they get it within the calendar year, that it's fair game for that year's top 10. Where I feel like if you're getting it early via some secret source, then it's sort of taking away a place from a figure that was actually revealed in that calendar year, if you know what I mean. That's how I feel. I'm like, because I try and celebrate the year as it was supposed to be presented, if that makes sense, not how it ended up arriving. Do you know? So I know I'm alone on that one. I know everyone else doesn't give a shit, and they're like, no, if I got that figure in that year, the amount of people that try and stick in figures that released 3 years ago in their top 3 of the year is annoying as shit. I mean, it's trying to
we're getting into that season now, aren't we? We're a week away from November.
The point of those lists is to be a celebration of the year that just was and what figures were revealed. So when people backtrack during that year and try and show that off as a figure, it annoys the shit out of me. I'm like, no, we're celebrating this calendar year. I don't want to see the figure that got revealed 3 years ago. I'm happy that you got it, but it's not. That's not a celebration of this year. Anyway, that's just me. That's how I feel on that one.
I'd like to apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I've triggered him there.
Yeah, that one bugs me. That one does bug me. Someone said they did.
And Counterculture supporting you. Kenny is supporting you there, I think.
Oh, does he agree with me? Okay, cool. Check my DMs. I'm checking. Oh, okay, Dan. Check out these art reveals from New York Comic-Con. Oh, okay. So
Justin's taking notes. I'm sure Justin's top 10 is going to be all figures from 2020. Then, when we get to that video.
Yeah, good luck. Oh, okay, he sent me some. So Daniel's just sent me some art reveals from New York Comic-Con of particular character designs. I can't really share my Instagram on the web though. It's a pain in the ass. But there's no characters sticking out to me on that list anyway. It's animated style designs essentially. Thank you, Daniel. They do look very good for what they are. Has anyone sent me any pictures of the Hasbro booth? No. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so apart from the Spider-Man wave and a Gamerverse comic, it's too wide open. I couldn't narrow it down. So I'm going to say 4 reveals. Or maybe they do 3 reveals and save one of the comic book wave for Luca. Oh no, they can't because the pre-order date's before.
It's too late.
Okay,
it's
so
too late.
there's going to be 4 reveals, which is still more than most MCMs.
It's usually 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
3 is our standard number, so we're going up 1. We're going 4.
So even if it is the rest of
reveals.
these, that's still good for MCM. Do you know what I mean? We're not New York, we're not San Diego. 4 reveals for MCM is decent. So I'd be fine with that. I think that's perfectly acceptable based on past conventions. Just get this wave out.
I'm interested in the mystery Venom. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Owl, looking forward to Hypno Hustler. Not bothered about the Nightcrawler. But yeah, the Venom one's going to be interesting. Are we going to get to that panel? It's going to come up on the PowerPoint. We are all waiting for this PowerPoint, and we're going to go, who the hell is that?
Yeah, probably.
Have we all completely missed it? It's nice
Everyone
to have
picks up their phone, starts ringing Rich. Rich, are you Rich?
Rich is not there to look at the PowerPoint this year in the front row. So who are they going to turn to? Well, they're going to have to turn to you, son. And
I'll be Googling Lensel it, don't you worry. I'll be like, fucking Google out me out, fucking ChatGPT, who the fuck's that? That's what I'll be doing. I think, so if they reveal this and anything else, I consider a bonus. But these are my expectations going into the weekend. It's like on Saturday morning, when we sit down at the panel, this is what I want to see. And then hopefully they bring them out so we can actually have a look at them in hand. And take some pretty pictures for the people of the internet. So yeah, on Saturday, that's what I want to see, those 4 reveals. Anything else will be a bonus. But I'm going to keep my expectations lower so that I don't get disappointed. because then if anything else happens, happy days. But if I go in going, oh, there's going to be so many great reveals, and then it's, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to.
I think Marvel's going to have the most. Well, I never know
Conservative.
anything about Transformers, so yeah, not sure about Transformers. I don't know what they ever do, but I think Marvel will have the most. I think Star Wars will get. Well, I think New York only got 2. Didn't they get a Vader and a Boba Fett? So I wouldn't expect more than 1 maybe for Star Wars, and probably 2 for G.I. Joe. So I think Marvel will be the main focus here, but we will find out. It might be completely wrong. It could be all Tron. Could be all Tron Ares. It's not even announced that
You
yet.
might take up fucking 45 minutes talking about Tron. 10 minutes for the rest of the reveals. And by the way, these are going to be on the booth. Yeah, we shall see.
You can see the timings on the screen there. So our American friends, you're going to have to be up early to
yeah, so we worked out it's like 6:45 in the morning for the East Coast, and then if you're in, like, who streams on a Friday night from the West Coast? Because if someone's streaming really late on the Friday night, they might actually still be up on the Saturday morning. It have to be really late. It have to be like 3 a.m. or whatever it is. But if someone's staying up late on the Friday night, they'd get the reveals for sure. Monsters Go Home said we might see Secret Wars characters. We might get confirmation of the gold bar or bag tease. Absolutely, we could.
Teasers, yeah.
Quickly refresh us on the teasers.
We did say we'd come back to the teasers, didn't we? Yeah. I think from one of the previous super chats, Rocket Racer was the guest, if I believe the super chat from earlier. Oh, yeah, will we actually? What have we got? We got gold bars, we got bags, and we got rockets. I think.
Yes. So we've got gold bars, but then we also that looks like a solid piece, but then we also get a singular gold bar as well that has the Doctor Doom Latverian crest on it. At least it seems that way, but that could be the light. I don't fucking know.
It looks like Spawn's face to me. It looks like the McFarlane Spawn logo.
It's got to be that. It's got to be. It looks like it's got the Reeves. Like that, yeah. It looks like the W's there. It looks like the Latverian crest. So it looks like Doom's gold. Now, they do have gold in that Marvel Snap game as well, by the way. That's the currency they use. You can buy gold coins. So it could be a Snap version of Doom. Hope it's not. We've also got the bag. We need to confirm with Dwight tomorrow. Like, I'm going to ask him straight. I'm going to be like, right, is that bag and the gold bars together, or are they 2 separate things? I feel like that's a fair question to ask, and he will answer it.
I've just had a horrible thought. Horrible thought has entered my head. We were talking about the Gamerverse reveal.
Yeah.
Now, I've said before, the crossovers. There is a lot of gold in Fortnite. And I know people have mentioned Fortnite and other games before. Are we going to get... We've got the Magic the Gathering crossover. Is the Gamerverse figure a Fortnite crossover? Now, I'm not trying to will it into existence. I do not want this. But have they got some branding with Fortnite? Because surely that would sell to maybe the Fortnite fans out there. Get them out. Are these Fortnite teasers for a Gamerverse Fortnite figure we don't know is coming?
I'm completely a grumpy old man when it comes to Fortnite. It's just not my generation. Never played it. Don't care. So... yeah, I have no level of wanting that at all. However, looking at it subjectively, taking a step back from my own selfish views, I appreciate that may be a lot of people's jumping on point for some particular Marvel characters. Do you know, like, not everyone's reading the comics or watching the cartoons like we did. Everyone's jumping on point for Marvel is via different forms of media, and gaming is a big one for this current generation. So I am fully self-aware of that. So... it's not that I'm against it, because getting new collectors on board for Legends is only going to be stronger for the brand, and obviously I want Legends to continue. So I see the pros of it, just not for me. Just saying all that, just not for me. But gold bags, are they together? Are these teasers 2 separate teasers, or are they together? By the way,
I think they're separate. I think you might have got. I think you've got close with Christmas Spider-Man on that bag. I thought that might be it, but then of course it's so
too
late
early.
Now,
Yeah,
I think it's too.
If it is going to be Christmas next year, it's too early. Unless they do Hasbro
and yes, it's
style.
a literal in stock, not a pre-order.
Yeah,
that's the only way they could do that.
It could have been their plan. It could have been their plan all year long to not reveal Spider-Man until now, and it be straight in stock. Everything's arriving now.
They could do it on a December. You say the December end of year stream. Do they reveal it literally at the start of December
and go now? It's in stock.
It's literally a straight in stock, because you'd sell more at that time.
If distribution isn't going to ship it in time for Christmas, though, Do you know, like
unless
people...
it's already in the warehouse now,
yes,
but we don't know.
Yes.
That's literally the...
So yeah, there you go. They've got the gold bars and the tees, the bag for the tees, and then where's my bullets pictures gone? I edited loads of bullet pictures, didn't I? Let me find them. I did it on Legends of Liquor, didn't I? Yes, I did. What episode of Legends of Liquor did I show the gold bars?
A Fortnite Doctor Doom. I see Infamous there said in the chat. We've already had Doom. We said there's going to be more Dooms.
There we go.
It's Doom's Crest, is it?
So, by the way, Dwight Stall. So, on the last stream, I told everybody that I had asked Dwight on Instagram. I said, look, nobody's guessed this right. Can we have another clue? And obviously, Dwight's not going to tell us what it is. But I thought asking him if it's comic, Gamerverse, or MCU was a fair question to ask, because it's still very, very vague. Because a lot of people were guessing this was Marvel Rivals. However, after the stream, Dwight did respond to me and confirm that these are comic. So the theory of these being associated with Marvel Rivals, out the window. Because in my mind, that's Gamerverse. So whatever these are associated with, they're comic related, not Gamerverse or MCU. Unless Dwight is drunk and he's just messing with me, which he could be. Why not? He could absolutely do that. But I'd like to believe he was being earnest and giving me an additional clue. So these are not rockets from a Iron Man for the Rivals or Rocket Raccoon or whatever. These are comic related accessories. And we still don't know if they have any ports in the back of them to be plugged into something. We don't know. Because that would be a pretty cool effect if it had like a translucent like stick like the Reveltech Iron Man did. Again, there's no reason Dwight could have seen that Reveltech Iron Man and went, oh, that'd be a good idea for Legends one day, and then implemented it here.
And it's just a war machine that shot the rockets off, and you can stand them, or something like that.
Let me get a picture of Big Wheel, because I know Jay. This is what Jay's going to will into existence.
It's just my outlet guess. I wonder if Dwight is still running the free Super Scroll competition. We will find out at MCM.
Oh, yeah, is that your guess? Is that what you're going up to him? Is that your guess?
I'm going to claim my free Super Scroll. I go up. It's Big Wheel, son, isn't it? It's Big Wheel. That's the best guess I can get, because.
I'm trying to find the picture.
It's not bullets. It's not bullets. He said it was rockets rather than bullets, and it needs to be something big that fires them off. And there is an image online.
I'm trying to find it. Yeah.
It's literally shooting rockets off the sides. Yeah, I think it's those rocket beams that you'll see firing off the sides. Is it the firing rockets? And there is a port in the back, and they attach to a rather large big wheel. Is my only guess. Right. It's very out there.
What we need to do, we need to do this clever, right? We need to do this clever and properly. Let's do this strategically, all right? So, if Dwight Stall is still accepting guesses, right? And he will be honest if it's a yes or a no, and we're only allowed one guess or whatever. As the Who crew, we get everybody who's going to MCM together, right? And we make sure everybody has a different, unique reveal, a different, unique guess. And then we just form a queue and be, Dwight, are you ready? Because we're about to get it. And just form a queue and be like, Dwight, we're going to hit you. And just wait and try and narrow it down. Because we can guess here, oh, it could be this, it could be this. So if we ask him, like, because I know people were guessing at New York Comic-Con, but I want to know what the guesses were. Like, there's all well and good saying, oh, nobody guessed it right. Yeah, but what were the fucking guesses? What did they guess? I want to start narrowing down this list. Like, people ain't useful. I want to be useful to the Legends community and actually start narrowing down this list properly. So I'm going to make sure we all go and make some individual guesses and start making note of what it isn't. So we start narrowing it down, all right? Don't you worry, Legends community. I'm here for you, all right? I'm a man of the people. So that's what we're going to try and do. So your guess can be Big Wheel.
How did our friend David Evan Smith get on in New York then? Like,
I don't think he spoke to him. Every time he went up to Dwight...
Didn't get to the booth, David.
Yeah.
Didn't even get to the booth.
No, every time he went to the booth, he said that they were speaking. So instead he just took some stalkish pictures of Brandon from distance. But yeah, he never managed to speak to them. But yeah, we need to be strategic about these guesses, all right? We're going to get the Who crew together on Friday night and be like, right, you have this guess, you have this guess, you have this guess. And we try and I'll make a list and I'll try and narrow it down.
Line them up.
But while we're talking about that, Jay, this is a perfect opportunity to let the people know that both me and Jay have scheduled more formal interviews. Of course, Dwight will be there the whole weekend chatting away anyway. But to film for our YouTube channels, we've got a sort of more formal time slot where we can get to go and ask some questions for our YouTube channels. So we want to know what questions you've got. Let's inspire us. Oh, you know me, I always try and keep it light anyway. I try and get some nuggets, try and get some little clues and turn it into more of a conversation rather than just a yes or no. And again, I try not to ask questions I know they blatantly can't answer. It's just a waste of everybody's time. So instead I try and think of topics to talk about and just try and dig away and see if I can narrow down any clues. So this is your time before we get out of here this evening. Give us some suggestions. Give us some suggestions. Jay, what are you currently thinking? I know you said you're going to go at him with Man Spider. So are you going to ask him about more deluxes or anything like that?
Yeah, I think we are. I think we are overdue some oversized retro cards. So I'd like to ask upon those. I'm going to be talking to Lenny about GI Joe as well.
Oh, nice.
I did think I should do it backwards. Maybe I'll ask Lenny about Marvel Legends and Dwight about GI Joe. We'll just do a reverse interview and see if somebody spills the beans about the other team.
We need to be strategic about our questions as well, because there's no point us both asking the same thing. So we need to figure out what we're asking. So we make the most out of this time and try and get some actual nuggets, just some nuggets that we can walk away from. Like, I always want to know if more teams are being what teams are being completed, like what more innovation is in the Legends line. We just see Medusa with the 2 faceplates. Is there going to be another character in 2026 utilizing the faceplate technology? Do you know, like, because I feel like that's vague enough to say yes or no without giving anything away, but then also is something to look forward to. And do you know what I mean? Like, I feel you have to be very vague, but still relevant. It's these interviews are more difficult than people think, because people want to go in there and start asking them about Hasbro politics and like, why are prices rising? It's nothing to do with Dwight. Dwight's the designer. Talk to him about the fun things. So yeah, like.
You often get more. The good thing about London, because it's not as busy as New York, we usually do get more time just during the day to chat. And actually, I think we'll probably get more off camera than we will actually on camera. So we'll do a lot of digging behind the scenes as well to see, because we found out things about Mandarin and all sorts last year. So we'll see.
Dwight was very generous with his time for sure. But yeah, questions genuinely in the chat. Have you got any questions that you want us to ask the Hasbro team? And again, think outside the box, people. Think outside the box. Like, don't give me a question. Like, don't ask for a particular character, as they won't say yes or no. You've got to try and turn that question into something else. In I don't know. It's a skill. It's definitely a skill. Let me go to the thing. So Munsters Go Home said, question, are the Inhumans finished, or do they consider Maximus is needed to finish the royal family? See, that's a clever way. That's a good example of how you ask the question. You don't just say, are we getting a Maximus Nomad, yes or no? Because all you're going to say is, oh, maybe, potential. But asking them, do they consider the team finished, is a cleverer way of asking that question, because it incites conversation. So yeah, I like that Maximus Mad question. That's a good one, Monsters Go Home, or Munsters Go Home. Dan, all right, Dan's being disowned. What am I being disowned about? If either of you ask about Turkish Spider-Man on the list, I will disown you both. Tanner, you're going to be there. You can ask him yourself. I will film you asking Dwight Stool about Turkish Spider-Man, so we forever have a clip of Dwight Stool just telling you to your face, no, it's never happening. Just putting that to bed. Watcher says, asking, have you considered making something is how everyone should ask them. Have you considered making something? Asking, have you considered making something is how everyone should... I'm so confused by what the Watcher just said there. He's given me... It hurts my brain. Justin, I'm sure whatever I read now is going to be super relevant. He says, question, do I need to bribe to bring the Lightning Collection back? They're too busy working on Tron figures, Justin. Too busy working on Tron.
These could be 2 solid Tron interviews. By the end of the day, that's maybe all.
Fuck it, let's not even ask about Legends. Let's just ask about Tron. So, what's the movie like? Is it worth watching? Do you know that's the type of questions he's asked? Tanner says he was quite receptive last year. So shut up. Okay, fair enough.
He's already asked it himself. Why are you wasting the? He's already asked him.
Yeah. We know.
I think the Plumer's got a good one there about what can the MCU collectors expect in the coming year. I think that could be an interesting one.
Okay, so the way you
because of that lack of movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the way you approach that question. Like, obviously, we're going to get figures for the Spider-Man movie and for Doomsday, right? But there's only 2, and they're spread out through the year. So a way to ask that question is, with the movies being so far apart next year, will we still see older films revisited in between that time for our MCU collectors? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how you incite conversation about that and get nuggets. Because if he says, yes, we will see older characters revisited, then that's like a nugget. Like, oh, okay, well, what films are going to revisit? Do you know, these type of things. The Watcher is re-clarified. He says, have you considered making blank character is how every should ask the Legends team or a character, Dan who? I'm still confused, the Watcher. Can you break that down from the Watcher? I have no idea what he's talking about.
Instead of directly asking, are you going to make the Lizard?
Yeah.
Ask, have you have you considered these options for characters? A consideration rather than an outright, are we getting this?
But you still get quite a generic yes or no anyway. Like, or of course we've considered it. It depends on licensing and depends on approval from our partners. Do you know, like, you get the marketing spiel that they've been trained to say. Okay, yes, sorry, Watcher. That's just me misreading, so I apologise. David says, X-Men 97 Apocalypse looks amazing. I pre-ordered it. I've been hearing others say if it was classic comic coloured, they would have brought it. Is that on the table to capture the customer again? See, that's a good question as well. I think that's fair to ask. I'm sure between us, one of us will ask that. Andy says, is Phantom Rider a hint that they might lean into the Western or Golden Age comics? I think somebody wants a two-gun kid out there. That's what that is all about. Again, I might ask him about so the Rider's Wave as a concept with a character and a bike was a fun concept, but they sort of the Wilders went a bit dry on that one. But with Phantom Rider being released and him needing his horse, there are other characters I think could need a horse. Do you think a horse would ever be possible? Do you know, like something like I know, and again, I know it's a bit vague of a question, but it just again it puts it into their zeitgeist. Also, like I want to ask about thrones. Do you know, like Kang and his throne and like Mephisto with his throne? Like, ask the question because again, it's very vague. Like, will we see another throne in 2026? Because if they say yes, that's not giving anything away. It's vague enough to be honest about. So,
and then the rest of the day off camera, we will campaign for Madam Web and the Throne from the animated series.
Exactly.
That's another one to add to the list of the daily campaigning as we try and whisper in Dwight's ear all day long. He might get so bored of us mentioning it, he might just make it. Yeah,
for sure. California Red Devil says, are there any other comic, says Hasbro properties like Rom and Crystar being considered Myconauts Visionaries, for example? Yeah, I think that's, again, another interesting conversation to be had. That I think Mr. Stevie's like the person that's wants those type of things being made, and I know he's a little higher up in Hasbro to make that stuff happen. But there's a market for it for sure. I know Rich loves Crystar. He doesn't. I'm afraid. Quinn Comics says we do need a good classic bike for how Johnny Blaze and a red Hellfire bike. One throne per year, maybe. Ask Dwight, since he did not personally work on the How Charger HasLab, would he be open to working on a new made-to-order version of it? I don't know if I ever want to talk about the Engine of Vengeance. I don't know if my YouTube channel can handle it. But I think it's fair to ask.
I do want the red Hellfire bike that Queen Comics has mentioned, actually, because I never got the Mezco version, so that's another thing on my radar.
Cute Court says, are 5-packs and bot sets still possible? So asking if they're still possible, I think, is the wrong way to go about it, because of course they're still possible. All they're going to answer is, yes, of course, everything's still possible. That's all they're going to say. So instead you ask, are we going to get any multi-packs? Like, are more multi-packs going to happen next year? Like, you just blatantly ask them, because I feel like they can still answer vaguely enough. Because if they go, yes, there will be a team pack next year. What is it? Who knows? It's still a mystery, but it's another nugget. It's about digging for these nuggets of useful information that then we as a community can further break down. David says, introducing characters like Fabian Cortez, does it become a priority to give us one or two more of that team within the calendar year, especially a team uniform where simple head swap? Well, yeah, again, that's another good way to sort of start breaking down the teams. Like, well, you've just started a team, so that means you're more conscious about the other characters within that team. Is it likely we will see another member of the Acolytes within 2026? Do you know, like, start breaking that down a little bit, because they can go, yeah, you'll get another Acolytes member in 2026, isn't telling us who it's going to be. It's still vague enough. Ask Dwight what his favourite colour is. You're right. Do you know what? We just say, what's your favourite colour? What's your favourite film? What do you have for breakfast this morning? We just ask general questions. Yeah, not a problem. I know he's joking, but still, people do ask those questions in interviews, which is nice enough. But you can ask him those questions off camera.
We're getting the full journalism in this evening. I think I've got some good questions here. I'm going to get the pen and paper out.
Yeah, you go back. Go back through the
replay.
The chat. Yeah, go back through the chat on the replay. How does he have his steak? Yeah, we just spend our time. The PR team on the side will be scratching their head, going, "This isn't related to any of the product, but okay." Monsters Go Home. Question: Manta's Swordman 2-pack that is often discussed online 2026. That's a great 2-pack idea, by the way. I'd love that to happen. Also, why Arsenal? Okay, football related, yes, of course. Inquisitive Mindset says, would be dope if we got Kid Britain. Yeah, any British character would be great to be revealed at London. It would make sense, wouldn't it? But I don't know. Okay, let me check the stream. If you can find anything else jump out to you, Jay, please read them out while I just check this real quick.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look through. The watcher saying, are you guys interviewing them at MCM? Yes, so we should hopefully get some interviews in on the Saturday afternoon after the panel. So I'm sure a lot they will want to go through is the panel reveals and give us a bit more details on that. But then hopefully we can spend the rest of the time getting in those questions, and as they will also try and cover the other teams out there as well to see across the breadth of Hasbro product. It'd be nice to see Mattel there. Come Mattel, turn up. If you're going to do DC in the future, we need you at MCM in the future as well.
Yeah, like you know me when I go to these conventions. Like I'm only there really for the action figure content, but there isn't a lot of it at MCM. Hasbro are really the only ones there. I know Jada are going to be a presence, but Jada it's just the PR team that are here from Jada. Shane Shooter, thank you very much for the super chat.
Shanna Shooter 9550 donated $5. Thank
you.
Love the Gamerverse Wolverine, but he's a little big. Any chance we can get the same articulation scheme on a smaller buck later?
That's interesting to ask. You can ask, like, are they aware of like the criticism of the Wolverine being a little bit too big? Does that mean, would you reconsider making it smaller? There are ways to ask these questions for sure. Question, is Surge the team complete a Build-A-Figure you, Dwight, mentioned, or is it a future bath? That's a good question to ask, because Dwight himself did tell us that there would be another Build-A-Figure, and it would be a bigger character to complete a team. But what team does Surge complete? What team does the Executioner complete?
He's in the Asgardian team, but he's not completing anything that I'd be aware of. So I'm assuming the answer to that is whatever the next Build-A-Figure may be.
If Justin has an internet connection on Saturday night, right? Hopefully his internet's working by then. I'm going to film him a video of me at the Jada booth. You're going to get that as an exclusive clip. Dan W at the Jada booth, Justin. I'm going to send that to you for Saturday night. All right, a little bonus for the show. Dan at the Jada booth, showing nothing but love, all right? Let's put all these rumours to bed, all right? It's going to happen. Ian Gregory says, ask Dwight when will McFarlane lose to DC? Stupid. Okay, I appreciate everyone's feedback. I think we've got a few little nuggets there. Hopefully he doesn't have the internet, though, says John.
Justin can have us all on his guest in the middle of the night from a hotel room.
Yeah, if we're awake, if we're still awake, I'll jump on. Yeah, why not? Someone off camera will shout, but you hate Jada, Dan. Yeah, this isn't a fun rumour, by the way. You're ruining my opportunities to work with these associated brands. but no, Jada will be there. Hasbro will be there, but Jada are only there via their PR team, so they're only there selling current product. They won't have anything new on show, but hopefully they do have some of their new figures on display. Shout out Sammy, who's been building some dioramas for them, so hopefully they do have a little setup. Just so again, it's a good opportunity to show the figures out of box, just for the casual consumer walking past, going, "Oh look, Street Fighter figures!" Like that's what should happen at these type of things. So hopefully they have a decent setup there, but we shall see. I think Smiths are there showing off some of their Power Ranger Lightning Collection. Not Lightning Collection, sorry.
Oh yeah, they did.
What is it?
Yeah.
What's it called again? Reignition?
Reignition?
Yeah, Reignition. Yeah, they're going to be there.
Lego is there with Batman. So that's another one I know is there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, there's not going to be too much action figure content, unfortunately. It'll just be mainly Hasbro. But yeah, that's what you can do with this type of convention in a day, really. You only need a day. But we go for the social element for sure. But yeah, again, just the way it works, people, that you have to book in an interview with the PR team. So you can speak to Dwight during the day, casually, not a problem. But then for your YouTube channels, it has to be approved via PR, because it's put out in a public forum, and it's in a way a representation of them, isn't it? So the PR person will stand there next to you while you're asking those questions. That's why you can't just blatantly ask, why are prices rising in Hasbro and the economic division of the company? Do you know, you can't ask those type of questions. It's just pointless. The PR team would be like, what are you doing? It's just a waste. It's a waste. Dwight's the designer for Hasbro Marvel, and apparently Tron now. So you ask about that instead. And again, I care about the Legends world. Don't really care about the economics of Hasbro. Does not affect me in life, but I like adding plastic people to my shelf, so I will be asking questions relevant to that, and I'm sure Jay is going to be the same.
Nope.
Yeah.
I like a lot of plastic.
Yeah. Any final thoughts then, Jay, before we go to the bonus show?
I think hopefully it'll be a good weekend. I've been pretty tired recently with working, so I'm actually looking forward to a bit of time off and actually getting fully back immersed.
Just watching me and Adam get drunk,
figures.
essentially. Yeah. Jay's going to be tucking me and Adam into bed when we get really drunk, because Jay doesn't drink, so he's going to be the sensible adult. But final predictions then, Jay, from yourself. So it's in the record books. What are we seeing from Hasbro?
Right. I'm gonna stick with the 4. We're gonna get 4 from Marvel Legends, and they will be the ones in the Spider-Man wave. And if you want all of Hasbro Earth, give it 3 Transformers, 1 Star Wars, 2 Joes.
Okay, cool, very nice. Yeah, I don't have a clue what the other brands are revealing, but I'm gonna also say, if we get the 4 from Legends, that'll be a good day. Like, I don't think anyone can be mad at those 4 reveals. Complete that Spider-Man wave. 4 reveals is pretty good for MCM Comic-Con. As I said, we're very self-aware. It isn't very high on the pecking order of conventions, but we do appreciate that they have a presence there and they have a panel, as it gives us a little taste of what the Americans get to do a couple of times each year. So we do appreciate that. But yeah, so if you're at MCM this week, please come and say hello. Come and say hello. Don't be shy. Like, obviously, if you're a username on the chat and you're not appearing on Legend of Liquor every week, I don't know what you look like. So, like, please don't think I'm being rude if you walk past me and be like, Dan didn't say hello. I don't know who you are unless you say hello to me. Come and introduce yourself and go, Dan, I'm so-and-so. And I'll probably recognize your name from the chat, because we have a lot of familiar names and regular names in the chats on the live stream. So please come and introduce yourself. Say hello. Come and talk some toys with us. Jay will be there. A lot of the Legends and Liquor crew will be there. Like, come and hang out. Again, it's called a community for a reason. We're like, come and talk some toys with us. Good times. So yeah, Jay, tell the good people where they can find you online.
You can find me right here on YouTube at Jay's Toy Collection UK. I've literally just put a video up asking for your questions for the Marvel and Joe team. So if you want to go retype all your comments in the comments of that one, I can then easily get to them and then filter those in there as well. So please go and blow that one up with your comments as well, and we can hopefully try and get some of these answered for you across Saturday. Other previous videos on there include me annoying the entire McFarlane community by saying Mattel will be better. So you can go and check that one out as well, because it's done quite well, but I've angered a few there.
Stir in the pot there, Jay. There you go. Jay's video, MCM London coverage. Go and put your question on Jay's video. That'd be very helpful. All right. Go and put it down there at the comment section. Look, he even changed t-shirt for us today. Did you film that today?
I did film that today. That was pre-bath. Quick bath, and then in here.
So this is
fully
pre-bath.
clean for the Dan Who experience.
Pre-bath, post-bath,
That's
Jay.
filthy me there.
Good stuff. Again, so yes, I'm going to try, fingers crossed, like, I'm going to try and stream the Hasbro brand panel. Now, Jay will film it regardless, so there will be footage of it online eventually. I won't film it to repost. If I can't stream it live, I'm not going to bother. But Jay will film it properly so you can watch it on the replay anyway. But it all depends on internet connection. It's as simple as that. Like, every time we go to MCM, the internet is terrible. But I've made a thumbnail. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm going to try and stream the Hasbro panel from MCM. But again, it depends on the internet connection. I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm going to make a scheduled post. And if the internet works, I will stream the panel live on the Saturday morning. Again, just a reminder, that is the time. That's Greenwich Mean Time, though, so that's UK time. So if you're in the East Coast, take away 5 hours. If you're on the West Coast, take away 8 hours. So do a little bit of maths and figure it out. But it's Saturday morning for us. I'd usually be in bed about to put on the first football game of the day with a bacon sandwich and a cup of tea. But instead, I will be at this convention hall checking out these Marvel Legend reveals, checking football phone scores on my phone.
If we have internet signal, otherwise you'll be checking no football scores, and you'll get some coverage of this later in the day when we finally, hopefully the hotel Wi-Fi is actually uploading the thing.
Yeah, it is confirmed that the MCM company definitely used the same internet brand as Justin Collect's. Whatever Justin Collect's internet use, that's what MCM use. That's how good it is on a Saturday. So we shall see. But I'm going to try. Again, I've made a thumbnail. I'm ready to go. And then maybe we'll do a little bonus stream. I'm going to try and stream from the booth as well. I have asked Hasbro. I was like, can I have a table? And if the internet's good, can I stream? So if I can stream from the booth and just go around and do some interviews, I've even brought a mic. Look, I've even brought a microphone so I can interview people on the go. It's going to be down on the showroom floor. So if I can stream at the booth, I will, just as some bonus content. But it all depends on this fucking internet connection. So who knows? Probably no content this weekend. Probably just look at my story as I run outside and make a post. We shall see that. But anyway, we're going to go to the bonus show. We got enough super chats to unlock it this evening, so I'm going to change that to public right now. But if you want to come on the bonus show, just hit me up for fresh DM. Jay's going to go and start packing his bags. As I said, he's got to be here in the morning. He's coming to my house before we get the train. So I'm going to leave Jay to go and sort himself out. But if you want to come and chat to me for a little bit on the bonus show, then hit me up for fresh DM. Just make sure you're in the Who Crew Deluxe tier, all right? Because I appreciate that even more so. But yes, that has been Jay. I have been Dan. We'll be at MCM this weekend. Go and follow us on Instagram. It's on screen right now. And yeah, it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to drinking Koppelberg with my friends. That is what I look forward to the most. So we'll see you then, all right? So go and check out my Doom review in the meantime, all right? I'll put that right there. And then I'll put something else over there. Hopefully, I get a reveal. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed I get a reveal for the channel that I can post during that live panel. We shall see. Keep an eye on the channel. Subscribe. Bye-bye.